104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. We are joined by the coach of the UAlbany baseball team, lovingly known as Bam Bam Mueller, John Bam Bam Mueller, that is. So, look, we just had this, Stella come through and destroy the area. You guys are already playing baseball. How in the world are you practicing on a consistent basis?
Well, I think that, first of all, thanks for having me, guys. You guys do an awesome job. I listen to you guys regularly.
Thank you.
When I can. But no, we just kind of grind it out as we can. It was kind of a funky winter. We got out early on the turf, and then we actually got on the field a few times and went to Longwood and took 2 out of 3. Went to Coastal and played some stiff competition. Got a win there, and kind of got banged a couple games here and there. And I think the biggest thing is you try to continue to use the strength and conditioning. Try to continue to take fungos and fly balls and. Try to keep the guys' spirits up when you go outside and you come back and you're stuck back inside. I think it's a battle of almost will just to keep the guys up.
And that's the thing about the players is that the frustration level, is it a lot of guys on your team from the Northeast and say, hey, this is what life is, we're used to this, or are other guys saying, come on, let's go, I want to play baseball?
Well, I mean, over the course of the time I've been here, we've had guys from all over, California, Florida. We've had them mostly Northeast guys, though, for predominantly, and I think the guys know it. I mean, I think they know they're going to play in the wind, they're going to play in the snow, and they're going to play in the rain, and they're going to play when it's nice out too once in a while. But I think that it's just a mentality. You have to have that lunch pail mentality that we're going to have to get in the bus. We're going to have to drive probably 9 or 10 hours this weekend and meet Hofstra at the Red Sox affiliate in Virginia somewhere and play 2 games. 1 game Saturday, 2 Sunday, or 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday, and get in the bus and get back to campus at midnight on Sunday. And, next weekend we head right in the UMBC in conference. And that's really what you have to do. I think it's a preparation of staying positive with the guys and keeping it fun, keeping it energetic, and not just BP in the cage and bullpens and BP in the cage and bullpens. And it's not fun for the coaches when you do that either.
John Bam Bam Mueller with us, coach of the UAlbany Great Danes baseball team. So, Coach, when situations like this where it is, annoying, where it is, an uphill climb, when everything gets easy, where the sun's out and you can actually play on grass and everything, are situations like this what kind of draw the team together?
Well, I think so. This week is spring break. It's not much of a spring break when you're at UAlbany as a baseball player, and there's 12 to 18 inches of snow outside going sideways, and it's 10 degrees out. That's not my idea of spring break, but at the same time, I think that you go through these things, and you kind of battle through the getting up early and working your practices around the great teams we have here that work with us, that are always winning and that sort of thing. And you just kind of just keep your nose up in the air and you keep fighting. And I think that when you get outside and it's warm outside, sometimes those speeches are. You guys remember when we didn't play for 12 days? Do you remember what it was like hitting balls off the ground and into the net and wondering how much they carried? And do you remember how it was putting your sneakers on and throwing your bullpens? Let's go out and make sure we bring a lot of intensity and have that energy level that we can have. And, that's something I think actually carried us in the Longwood series on Sunday. And I think you're on that bus. I think the bus rides actually bring the guys closer together. I know it's a wear on the body, but, you watch in the movies and, Rookie Idol is a fan favorite of the guys. And I think that you do those things, and that's kind of where we build a lot of chemistry.
Coach, 4-5 record so far this season, but you have had a standout performance from one of your pitchers, and that's Jack McClure. How about 5 no-hit innings against NYT? He picks up the America East Player of the Week award. What do fans here in the Capital Region need to learn about this Jack McClure?
Well, Jack is a real interesting guy. He's kind of, we talk about the NFL free agency. He's kind of a high-end receiver that if he's healthy, he can go out and get you, 90 yards and a touchdown and maybe run a reverse for 28 yards. He's a really dynamic kid. He's 6'5", lefty. And we don't know what to expect from him because he's really never been healthy. He's healthy. He's not healthy. And he got into a groove, and he was locating his fastball. I think he was 86, 89 left-handed and with a good power breaking ball behind it. So we talked to him and said, hey, if you do this every week, we're going to look awfully smart and getting you kind of off the waiver wire as a transfer. But these kids are college kids, and week to week and year to year. Sometimes you have a great freshman and sophomore year. Your junior year come out and you kind of land on your face a little bit. So it's not an easy thing. It's not a logarithm that's this is how it is. And once they get to be juniors, they're going to be ready because sometimes guys struggle for 3 years and they blow it up their senior year. Sometimes they go the other way. So Really excited about him, and have a good balance of youth and some veteran guys in the middle of the lineup that are going to help us really battle this year.
Coach Bam Bam Mueller with us. So, Coach, your athletics family right now, the Great Danes family, extremely successful. You got Will Brown going to the CIT. You got Coach Mack going to the big tournament. The Scotty Marr and the lacrosse program doing great. Who are some of the guys on this baseball team who are going to make us, have some fun and continue the winning tradition when the baseball season gets really, really rolling?
Well, I think that it's there's so many guys. And talking about all those coaches, I mean, I don't know who didn't watch that Vermont game, but I thought Will had him by 9. I was off my couch with my son and my daughter barking, and of course the women's game. I scooted the kids down there. My daughter's a huge fan. She's obviously a huge fan of Coach Abe and UConn, and last night coming home from her AAU practice, she's talking about we're going to UConn this weekend. I'm like, well, your dad's playing. Isn't that important as well? Or, your dad's a D1 coach. So sometimes they lose sight of that. But, but at any rate, it's an exciting thing. I mean, to bring your children up in that environment. I mean, my kids have watched, the coaching ability of some of these people. And Scott Mars built an animal, and our women's lacrosse and volleyball, our old volleyball coaches at Wisconsin doing his thing. And, it's just cool when you work with these people and they treat you like you guys treat each other. Well, off the air, not on the air, but, they treat each other. They treat you great. They treat you like people. And, I saw Will after his tough loss, and I don't know what to say to him. What do you say to him? I mean, They had the guy, they had him down on their back, up by 9, had the game over, and they got beat. But it's a great place to work. It's an unbelievable environment, and it's just fun to be able to go to work like that every day. It makes you want to win too. But some of those guys, Donati, Kyle Sachs is a local kid. We got a bunch of kids that are going to contribute this year. So me listing them is not going to do them all justice.
I had to do some convincing here to let you on the show because you are a Red Sox fan. And Levack,
I like you and all.
Yeah, Levack's a Yankee fan. How do you feel about your Sox going into the season?
Well, I think the Sox are in good shape. It's been an interesting year. They picked up there's a sale they picked up earlier. He's going to help. I mean, the pitching I think is going to be better. The biggest question is offensively, you lose Poppy, you lose a generation. It's like when the Yankees lost Jeter. How do you recover from that? It's like, you don't recover. You just kind of move on. And I think that they have some young guys. Mookie Betts is a tremendous player. I mean, he's fun to watch. And I think they're going to be in the middle of things. I think, it all starts and ends in the mound. You know how that goes. And
right.
I think the Yankees have some excitement. I think that they've kind of went through a couple of years of, being like a Cowboys team of a few years ago, holding on to some guys that they need to get rid of. And now they've kind of gone the other direction. So I'm concerned about the Yankees because they got some young guys I really, really like. They got the guy with a bunch of power. And obviously I'd love to watch him take BP. I'm a big fan of that. But, I think it's going to be interesting. I think that, you still have Tampa Bay, and what the Cubs did last year. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, it's just an incredible thing. Baseball is such an exciting thing when the weather breaks, and I wish more people would sit down and watch the games and enjoy it. But it's certainly great. I mean, excited about the Red Sox. There's nothing better when the Red Sox play the Yankees in October. Let's face it.
Right.
I mean, people go down the Northway. I see a Yankee sticker, they see a Red Sox sticker, and we stare each other down for a few seconds and then keep driving. I mean, that's just the way it is, and I love that. I like it the next day when they win, and I got my Red Sox. I try to pull it right in front of the Yankee sticker, right in front of them, so they're like, look at this guy, this big guy. He's from Boston, but I didn't have much of a choice because my folks were from Boston. My mom went to UMass, my dad went to Harvard, so that's the way it was growing up. So unfortunately, I'm surrounded by giant Yankee fans, and I've been taking my medicine for 47 years, and I'll continue to do so.
Bam Bam Mueller, our favorite Red Sox fan, which is saying something.
Well, we love you guys. Hey, listen, I'm a big on, if you're loyal to your team, I have a ton of respect for you, and my mom's the biggest Red Sox fan I know, and she loved Jeter. She would always say, don't go home and cry about him. He plays it the right way. So, I mean, fans are fans. If you're loyal, I love you. The guys that jump ship all the time, they got to figure it out. But it's great. I mean, it's exciting. It's nice to have the talk. I think obviously people go overboard with it, but it is the greatest thing. It's like when the NFC East is good and everybody's trying to beat each other. That's when it's at its best, and I think it's kind of going back that way. I think the Giants made a nice move in getting that receiver, and they're kind of built to make some noise this year too.
Absolutely, Coach Mueller. We appreciate you. We love what you're doing with the UAlbany baseball program. And if we never just chat baseball, if there's ever some green grass out there again, we'd love to just have you on again.
No doubt about it, fellas. Keep up the love for Albany. Go Danes.